Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna just get a couple of things set up as we wait for our Mighty Max toys. We actually were planning on doing the live a little later today, but plans changed, things changed. There's a really cool collector show that's gonna be happening in Gardena today. It's actually starting right now at 10 a.m. I think El Coyote is the host. So if you're there, let us know what you find. I really was planning on going today, but I'm so tired today. I'm like, I can't. I'm so sorry. But yes, if you're there, please let me know. Oh, no, no, Angel Just Me just joined an MMK. Hello, guys. No Angel Just Me. I always read your name as Noemi. I don't know why. Every time I see it, I was like, oh, it's Noemi, but it's No Angel Just Me. I don't know why my brain makes that correlation. So we're waiting for Mighty Max toys right now. I'm setting something up on the side so my laptop doesn't turn off and we have a really nice and steady connection. Hey, so how have you been? What are you up to, Noemi Angel? No, Angel, just me. I always want to say Noemi. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I try. My brain is just somehow programmed to that. There's some names that I've been reading completely wrong. Oh, hey, Kiwi. Yeah, there's some names that I've been reading completely wrong. And then when I'm like, wait, I want to find this person's account. And then I write their name out. I'm like, that's not even their name. But the way my brain reads them, it's like, it makes sense to me, but it's not really the person's name. Hey, Kiwi. So we went to Toy Depot this week. You're always posting that you go there. And I know you've been not a fan of Frank and Son, so I said, okay, we'll give Toy Depot a chance. And they're honestly super cool. It's such a small, but yet they're so friendly, and you can just go and chat and talk toys. And that's honestly what we did. It was so fun. We did a couple of trades. I shrunk some of my collection. It was so hard. It was so hard. But when you look through stuff and then you're like, okay, I think it's time. I appreciate you. I like you. I see you. But I think someone else would like to have you in their collection. I feel it was something like that. So one of my battle trolls is the ones that I kind of went over there and sold. My tuxedo mask. I've had that for years. And a couple of other smallish figures that I kind of they're okay if they're gone. They've been in storage for so long. I just haven't seen them. And let's see if Max is around, because we've been waiting for him to jump on, but I don't know. Do the show that's in Gardena by El Coyote right now, so I don't know if he's there or if he's having issues finding connectivity, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna check out Kelly's toy stock. Okay, that's next. So right now I'm currently in vacation, so I can go and visit a lot of different locations. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. And by the way, sorry, my second colleague, I have your stuff ready. So we're just waiting for that meetup so I can go ahead and provide you with the little Furbies. I don't want to show you because I packed it really cute. So the bag is not the cutest, but inside it looks really cute. So I don't want to show you guys just yet. But I really hope you like the package because I had a really fun time doing it. I went to Daiso to get some stuff for it. Yes. So I sent a request to Max. I don't know if he's going to be coming on or not, but I can go over a couple of the things I've been into this week. Oh, there's Mighty Max toys. Because, he says he's unable to join. Let's see. We'll accept him. We'll go live. I always have an issue touching things because my hands are so dry. Let's see. I think I got it. There you go. So where are you at?
Right now, I am out in nature.
Oh, that's cool. I forgot you would have had that thing today.
Let me show you where I'm at right now. So this is where I'm at. This is Mother Nature's garden in the preserve that I take care of. I'm the naturalist here. So that's a bit of what I do outside toy stuff. Anyways,
nature stuff.
How is my connection?
It's pretty good, actually. It's really good. Sorry, I'm a little sore. It's really hot here in the valley.
I know. Okay, cool. Let's talk. Where were you
So
guys?
I was just telling everybody that we went to Toy Depot this week. I went ahead and sold some of my collection. You did a trade. It was so fun seeing that trade go down because it was just like grabbing a bunch of packaged toys. And they're like, how many do you need? Like 7? Okay. I'm like, what is going on? It was
They're
really
like,
fun.
what? So my wife was actually making fun of me because she's like, I don't have money, but I have bats. Because
So tell us how the trade went down and what was the total trade. Because well, but let's introduce ourselves. So good morning, everybody. I'm Porcelain Piggy. This is,
at Mighty Max Toys.
and we usually do like a Saturday morning little live, and we are the Toy Tangent because as you see, we will talk toys, but we also will go in multiple tangents. So go ahead, tell us about your
Exactly.
toy trade this week at the Toy Depot.
So this week we decided to start by going to finally actually visiting Toy Depot, right? Which is located in Whittier, here, California. Now, one of the things about
Southgate, no?
huh?
Southgate?
It's yeah, sorry, Southgate. My bad. So
If it was in Whittier, we would have stopped by Pee.
true. Yeah, you're right. So it was in Southgate. So what happens is that this place is managed by the nicest people around. It is absolutely a pleasure to be in that. I don't know if I can call it a store because, yeah, it is a store, but it's more like a hub. You know,
Yeah,
it's like a hub for toy trade and to discuss just toys.
conversation. Yeah.
It was so cool. It was like imagine yourself are in Star Wars universe, right? And you decide to go to a spaceport somewhere, and then you find all the things you need. That's kind of how it is. It's super cool. So what I ended up getting was I ended up getting five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 bats, and this is the robot from GI Joe, right? In addition to that, I got some cash for a Hellfire Club, which actually was for sale yesterday on their claim sale.
I saw it. They're like, oh, we have new items. I was like, oh, I
I
need a stick
know.
like that were nice. I also like to see that when like I go and just like sell things at INS or trade stuff at INS, when they put it in the photo of things that are for sale for the upcoming week, I'm like, hey, I know you. You're going somewhere to somebody else's home now.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. And by the way, like it's not too shabby. Like I only traded that. I also had Lord of the Rings, uh, uh the vintage toy-based Lord of the Rings to trade, but unfortunately could not get them. I know that the articulated horse is a little bit more common now, so those have kind of lost their value because they have this action feature, right? So they're not fully posable, but they're still great figures. And I have the Minton card. You guys can actually check back um, on one of the podcasts because we actually did that. We actually like I showed them off, and essentially I don't want to open them, so I want to pass it along to somebody who's going to keep them like that, or who enjoys them like that.
Oh, who will have the guts to open them up?
I know. By the way, my wife actually opened Treebeard yesterday, and I was
Oh.
like, "Dang!" She's like, "No, this is mine. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Okay." So she opened one yesterday. I was like, "Damn."
See,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like, okay, so sometimes that's the thing. We have to step back and let our spouses enjoy their own collection. Like my spouse loves Hot Wheels right now, and he, there's some that Max is like, they gotta stay mint in box, and we were at a meetup like last weekend, and my husband's like, I'm gonna open it. I was like, you do you, baby, you do you. And he just like ripped it open. Max was like, cringe.
It was so heartbreaking. And to answer Pee Wee's question, it is this. It is the 6 inch, no, 7 inch one. It's not the. It's not the big one. I haven't found the big one. I haven't seen it. And you know what is weird? Because when she opened it, she said like, "I want the big one because I want to put Pippin and Mary on him." And I'm like,
Oh.
Why did you open it then? And I was like, you could have just waited until you got the big one.
I want to touch it. I wanted to touch
It is a gorgeous figure, nonetheless, though. Yeah, see, like Pee-wee says, I need the big one. Yeah, I'm hunting for that one too. It's great.
You know what's funny? That I didn't know these things were a thing. And I think it was like 2 years ago, I found it at our thrift store. And he was like on the top shelf. I was like, that's a giant tree figure. Oh, well, I just walked on by. I didn't know.
You're mental.
And then the Lord of the Rings, I was just like, huh, that's cool. I was just like,
That's a big tree.
This big tree with faith.
That's awful. That's awful. So we actually had a really good time at Toy Depot yesterday. We also stopped by on the way. By the way, if you guys are planning to go to Toy Depot, you're gonna have it's gonna be a bit of a weird thing, right? Because when you type in
mostly they're not having an event. If it's just like a regular day, you know,
Yeah.
because like usually when they have an event, they clear out most of the space and you go directly to like regular like vintage action figures. But the time we went, it's like in the regular spot.
Regular time. So like what I would suggest is that you guys follow them on Instagram. Toy Depot on Instagram, because they have the hours of operation, they have contact information and their address. Because if you just put it on Google, it will take you to I think it's like Mask Depot or like Halloween Depot.
But Halloween Depot is the same thing as Toy Depot.
But that's the thing, you don't know. Like when you're parked outside, you're like, this is a Halloween store. But if you go in the Halloween store towards the back through a small door that is literally like going to Narnia, you go through it and you're like,
okay. So I have a suggestion about that, because I'm like, okay, I love the fact that it's so hidden in the regular basis. So it would be so cool that if you go there and they're like, oh, go to the bookshelf in the back. It would be kind of like a bat cave kind of thing. And I just kind of pull the lever and it opens. You're like, you're in Toy Depot. It would be so cool. Because that's how I felt when we came in and we're like, I was looking through a mask because they had like a creeper Scooby-Doo mask. And I was like, ooh, this is so cool. So I was like, I was still having a good time. And then Mike's ass was like, oh, where's Toy Depot? And they're like, through that door. I was like, ooh. I went to open the door and it looked fancy. It was honestly just like a door.
And moving away from it, as we left, we went to another toy store, which is literally down the street, maybe like 2 minutes in a car. And we just went to check it out. And oh my God, they have everything there. But
Everything but the atmosphere.
the atmosphere is weird and the prices are a little high.
And that's the thing, like they have this system that they have, I guess a runner, a person constantly just like doing laps around the store, asking you if you need help. But I'm like, that, you know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I'll be like, oh, I'm like, this is really cool. And I was like getting curious about something. He'll just step in and say, you need something? I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's kind of killed my vibe for this item. I don't want it anymore.
You know,
I'm
what,
like,
what killed my vibe was listening to Bad Bunny on a loop constantly.
You
I was
know
like,
what? I was not paying attention to the music in the place.
I was
Because
like, dude, am I at a club right now? Like, dude, I feel like I need to have like a freaking red Solo cup, you know, and just be like,
Red Solo cup.
yeah, it was just weird. It's a weird atmosphere, you know, like, but I gotta say their selection is impressive. If you go there, you're gonna find something for pretty much everyone. Like, it's not
It's called
polarized.
Collector something, no? I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. We'll post it on the description at the end. But it is kind of cool.
I actually took a lot of pictures inside, but because I didn't have such a good time and I didn't feel as comfortable as I did with Toy Depot, I didn't really post any of the pictures. Because I was just like, it's not bad. It's not bad selection. They honestly were not rude. It's just, I don't know. It just wasn't my vibe.
And you know, I think it's a Toy Depot. Like, I feel like Toy Depot is connected to the community, while these ones are very disconnected. You know, they're just like up, or it seems like that at least. It seems like they're just, you know, some folks that sell toys. It's not like you're part
Yeah,
of
like
the
I feel
community.
like they're not really into the toy community. They're just into the Funko collectibles because that's what the majority of their collectibles are, Funkos. And when I'm currently in like a hunt for American Chavez, and I told him like, do you have the Marvel Legends American Chavez? And then they're like, I don't know if you have the Funko yet. I'm like, oh, I'm not looking for the Funko. I'm like, I'm looking for the 6-inch. And then they're like, I don't know if that's out. I'm like, she's out. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, it's okay. I'm done. I'm done. That's the thing with me when I get like, I don't know, either overwhelmed or exhausted from trying to keep a conversation up. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. I want to go home.
No, I get it. You know, and the thing is that they don't have a lot of like vintage item. Everything is like mint on package, and I don't know, man. Like it's cool. They do buy certain things, but it's not as connected as Toy Depot. When we went to Toy Depot, we were like, oh yeah, you know, Toy Shiz. Oh yeah, like you know, Big Lou's. Like everything connected.
It
Everything
was
was
so
just
nice.
like,
It's like, have you guys visited like this one toy store in Culver City, Big Lou's? I'm like, yeah, we grew up with Big Lou's.
and
And
the
like,
thing is
you
that
know, I am that. I'm like, yeah, we know I am.
you feel like Pee-wee, for instance. They mentioned you as well. You know, like you feel like you're connected, and then you're a part of an actual community because people know each other. They were talking about Shartimus Primes. They were talking about certain, you know, influencers in the community, like Pack Photos, etc. So it's just like it was really cool. Now
And it was so nice to know that we've been following each other for a while. Like
I know.
he was like, oh my Instagram is the Enemy Planet. I'm like, let me see your pictures. I'm like, I've been following you.
Yeah, and by the way, let's say hello to 777 or 777 Nataliano. Okay, let's talk about also. Let's just get Hot Wheels out of the way. Okay, let's do it because I think that you had a day. I call these the Felix Felicis type of day, right? The days where you are, where the days where you just say, I'm gonna go here. I don't have to, but I feel like that's the place to be. You know?
Yeah.
So
So it was, what was it, like a Tuesday,
I
Wednesday?
believe it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday, yes.
Wow, I don't know my days. No, Thursdays we hang out together. So it was Wednesday
Wednesday.
or Tuesday. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Honestly, they are merging with me.
Like they just merge. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're not gonna try to figure out what day it was because I honestly don't know. You guys saw my post. So I decided to go. I wasn't going Hot Wheels
Okay.
hunting. I actually was heading to Michael's because I needed more paint. I ran out of white and black paint, and I don't know if you've been following my story. I've been customizing this carousel.
It looks so cool, by the way.
So I ran out of white paint because obviously that's cool. Took most of it. So I was like, okay, I need to get more paint. And I was supposed to buy a little bit of trim here so I could add it to my parasol, but I completely forgot. I completely forgot to buy the trim. I bought everything else but the trim. And so I was heading there, but I was like, you know what? On my way to Michael's, there are a couple of targets. I went to the Empire Center in Burbank, and there's a Target there. There's a Target on my way there in North Hollywood, and there is also a Walmart there. So I was like, okay, I'm afraid of Walmart. And let me just hit my Target. So I hit the one in North Hollywood on my way there because Max was like, I need a Shelby Cobra. And I was like, oh, I saw like 3 last time at a local Target. And he was like, pick him up. So I went, I stopped by, and was like, nothing. Pretty dry. There was one that he wanted. So I got that one for him. And then I was like, I'm going to stop by my other Target. The other Target was a little dry too. I think there were like another one that you wanted there too, the bus from Matchbox. And in every Target, I was honestly picking up clothes for my Barbies too, because I wanted my Barbie to have a cute outfit. And she actually has a new shirt now. She has a fire shirt. She's on her phone. She's in her remodeling outfit because she's been remodeling her Barbie house. So I went ahead and I picked up a couple of things at that Target. I went to Michael's. I bought a million things at Michael's because they had a 50% off sale on like house miniatures. Oh, sorry, I'm reaching for my Barbie house. And I've been working on my Barbie house this week. Sorry, I'm doing like show and tell as I go with my regular story. This is the way my life works.
I don't have anything to show with me other than a whole bunch of beautiful flowers. And I've been entertained by the birds because I set up a bird bath. And if you guys see me like glancing to the side, it's because I'm seeing how like they're little by little learning that there's water there. And they're just like swimming. It's cool.
Okay, you'll have to show us that after. So I went to Michael's. I got a couple of the minis for the houses that will be proportional to my Barbie house. So this had like a little stand, but I was like, I don't want it as a stand. I want it as like an addition to the second floor. I did chandeliers. I did a backsplash.
So cool.
I did a backsplash on my walls. I did a couple of shelves, and also did like I don't know if you can see it. There it is. I did an accent wall where the living room will be. And sorry, I've been so busy this week just fasting. And then I also got like this cute little storage boxes. And in them are a couple of the other things I picked up. Everything was 50% off. Plus, I get an additional 15% discount for having an account with them. And then I also used a 20% coupon to buy a couple of things that were not on sale. And then I also got these tiny little books.
Oh,
So I saved a
those
lot of
books
money.
are cool. Those books are cool for sure.
So I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm having a great day. I can finish it now and go home.
Meanwhile,
then-
I was at home crying because I told Karen like the Shelby Cobra is a rare car. Like the fact that you didn't pick it up and then you chose probably a mower with wheels or a taco with wheels or a turtle with wheels is insulting. Because like, why wouldn't you pick up one of like the most iconic cars, iconic American cars, designed by Carroll Shelby himself?
So I was just like, because I know I found them before, and or something similar to it. Because for me, I'm still learning cars. To me, they all kind of look similar. So I was like, oh, you know, we kind of have something like this. And Max is like, oh, I have one, so it's not a big deal. So I was like, okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find it. I know I've seen it. I've touched it. I've held like 4. So I'm gonna go and look for one. So I went ahead and I posted on my story a little warning. I was like, guys, you know, if you don't hear from me in an hour, please kind of help. I'm gonna be at Walmart because I'm scared of Walmart. People are really rough and really mean to me in Walmart. But this time around, it was pretty okay. It was pretty nice. Like, at least the people I encountered were not rude. So I was like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. It wasn't like an overly friendly, positive vibe, but it wasn't bad. I went straight to the toy aisle, which is like a maze getting to because I was like, where is it? It's huge. And I began to look. And you know, Walmart is the Walmart. You honestly don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes you'll walk into a fight. There's like already a fight in an aisle, and you're like, what's going on? Like, I hear all the like scary stories that Stephanie Kuhn shares on her story too, because she goes to Walmart pretty often. And then there's been like straight up cart fights, punching fights. It gets bad.
Oh no,
so
Walmarts are crazy. And if you guys have a Walmart story, just post it in the chat. We'll include it over here because Walmarts are
usually what happens to me is that I get rammed by shopping carts. People ram me with their shopping carts. And then when I like kind of, I'm like, ouch, you know, they're like, move. I'm like, I'm just living here trying to move forward. I'm like, I feel like I should always get inside a shopping cart and just roll myself around the store to protect myself. Because it's so scary.
Going to Walmart is like freaking Mad Max, you know? You have to grab like silver spray paper, like witness me every time you go because like it's crazy. You don't know if you're coming back. But anyways, so you got to the toy aisle.
I got to the toy aisle and there were like a small little peg full of Hot Wheels. I'm like, let me look. I'm like, found yours right off the bat. I'm like, here it is, one. Kept digging. I'm like, oh, here's the second one. Bam. And then I did a little dance when I found the Broken Promises one. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for this.
And see, this is where the tables turn because I know classic cars, right? Because I learned them through Hot Wheels, but I don't know fantasy cars or collabs like this. And Portia the Piggy was like, yeah, this is actually a rare car. This is actually something that's really interesting. Like it's a collab. Like, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and then they also have a limited edition packaging in their website, which sold out within like minutes when it was out. This week they had a restock, and there were two. And actually, when I posted that I found this one, the guys from Broken Hearts reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, FYI, we have two more left on the website with the limited packaging if you want it." By the time I got home, they were gone.
yeah. By the way, speaking about designer packaging, did you know, and this is something that I'm going to hunt for my mom, no, Pee-wee, there aren't any Mad Max.
Well, honestly, I don't want to say no because there's so much about Hot Wheels that we don't know.
No, we researched with my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we researched them last time, and there's a lot of people who customize them. But for some reason, that's the one franchise that is based around cars that doesn't have Hot Wheels made. Especially the latest one, the Fury Road.
I'm looking, like there are exclusive ones. I just found one in my car, but it's not Hot Wheels. It's just like Warner Brothers.
Exactly. And the thing is like, but again, yeah, this is again a toy tangent, because that's what we do here. So we are looking for like the bad guy, right? The bad guy is, his car is essentially two Cadillacs stacked on each other, right? With huge wheels. Like that's Hot Wheels perfect opportunity, but maybe the licensing doesn't allow them to. It's weird.
I think so. I don't know, because I'm seeing, let me see. Yeah, there's just one that has been released, and it was for the new movie, and it was a GameStop promotional exclusive. It was the V8 Interceptor in silver. I'll show you guys.
It's the classic. But here's the deal with my mom. Yeah, but it's super basic, man.
And then we don't know how it's gonna run. It's not a bad price, but yeah.
We want the Mad Max with the freaking guitarist on top, you know? That's what we need. There's so many cars, and I don't know why they made it. Eventually they will. I know they will. But the thing is, what is my mom's favorite Hot Wheel car, Chu?
Isn't it her donut?
It's the donut, exactly. And did you know that Hot Wheel released a baker's dozen on a special packaging? And it has like a different colored donut. And the packaging is pink.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
I was like, dude, this is so cool.
We look for it right now.
Yeah, so
oh my gosh, it's like as soon as I put bakers, they're like, yeah, doesn't. We know exactly what you're talking. Oh my gosh, so cute.
It's so cute, right? Like it's just the best. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, it's like you. I could have gotten it for like Mother's Day.
I had no idea that it existed because I'm looking for, yeah, there you go. See, like, look at that. It's so gorgeous, dude.
That's so cute.
I don't know. And like, it's just a beautiful idea. It's just very, very clever.
I feel like they feel so free to just like do whatever. You know, like the toilet one, you know, they're like, yeah, and like, I like how they promote themselves even in social media, the way they interact, like for Father's Day or Mother's Day, how they were just like, oh yeah, use the, like, you know, they're just gags. They don't take themselves so seriously.
It was just like literally a wallet with wheels, a measuring tape with wheels. And I bet you some of the artists are like, how can we make this happen? You know, I'm pretty sure. Now, so here, that was kind of amazing look. And actually, circling back to donuts, what happened at the donut shop to you that day?
Okay, so right after I finished hunting, I was like, oh man, this was a great time. This was a great day. I had an awesome time. I'm going to stop by Krispy Kreme and get myself a donut. So I just bought, like, I bought two donuts. One was like a blueberry cheesecake, and one was just like a plain classic, and just a plain coffee. And when I got them, they had thrown in a free donut for me. I was like, oh, thank you. It was so fun. I was like, this was a good day.
So you see like how we went on tangents from donut cars to Baker's Donuts to donut in real life. That's the quality of show you tuned in for. I'm telling you. But
I'm looking up. Okay, sorry. Pee-wee kept distracting me, and he put Matchbox Super Fast Road Blaster from 1987. So I'm gonna look it up.
And by the way, 1987, it is my birth year. So yeah, absolutely. So I also had a pretty lucky Felix Felicis, and by the way, that's a reference to Harry Potter. Felix Felicis type of day, the day after, because we have been cat sitting, right? So we go up the hill from where we live to one of our friends' homes. They're on vacation, and we go visit this cat. Now, the fact saying that it's an overstatement. My wife cat sits. I drive her there because I do not like the smell of spoiled cat food because sometimes it doesn't eat it. So, thing is that while she does that, I go get us breakfast or I go shop or something. So this time I said, you know what? I saw that there was a Vons kind of like tucked away in here. Like I've never been to this Vons, right? Drive into the Vons, walk, and as soon as I walk into it, they had put Hot Wheels in the weirdest place next to the register, but not at the beginning of the register, at the end. So when people are finally paying and getting their stuff back, that's where they are. I was like, that is such a weird place, and it's a small aisle, definitely to target kids, right? Like me.
But you should have put it at the end because everybody already paid. Kids just gonna grab and go.
Yeah, it's a really odd positioning, right? So what
I've seen that
happens
in a couple of supermarkets near me. They don't have a wine aisle anymore. They have the wine in like a stack by the exit. I'm like, you just want people to steal the wine.
No, it's super weird. So the thing is that I went ahead and I started looking, and as soon as I looked, I was like, oh my God, all the new ones are here. So, and they had an offer, get four for $5, right? And let's say you look to Art by Bruce 13 showed it. So I was like, oh my God. So I was like, okay, I need to get 5 so I take advantage of the deal, right? So I was like, all right. So I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are new. The one that your spouse opened in front of my face, even though I wanted it, I found it. You know?
Oh.
So found those, like I got 5. And then,
every month a new case is like kind of dropped into the shops. I'm starting to learn how to read the case numbers and stuff. That's like, it's a learning process. Every time you get into a new piece of the toy hobby, you have to learn something new.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Okay, continue. Before I do show the road blasters that Pee-wee was talking about, because I pulled them up over here. They're pretty cool.
And see, the thing about this is like, I went and I found among the ones in there, I found a super treasure hunt car, which is the rarest cars that you can find out of that case. And I think there's like 1 per case, if at all. And you and I, we don't collect super treasure cars, right? Because chances are the scalpers or the true Hot Wheels hunters will indeed find them. But I found one, and I was like, oh my God, real rubber tires, special paint, even on the rims, metallic orange. And I fell in love. I'm like, this is why they look for them. They are so beautiful.
See, that's the one thing, because like I have been watching videos of like Hot Wheel hunters out in the wild and how they choose their car. I'm like, I don't understand, because like they'll find let's say like 4 of the same, and they're like, not this one, not this one, not this one. This is the one. I'm like, what's the difference? So I can see that some of them are the paint jobs, and some of them do the little peek under to see if you have the treasure hunt sign under it. They're like, oh yeah, there's a treasure hunt one. I was like, I know the treasure hunt sign because my gold ducky had the little treasure hunt sign in it.
Yeah,
but that's about it. I and then having to look like if you are gonna open them to race them, having to look like that the tires are well placed, they're not really touching the body of the car, so that way they don't slow them down. I'm like, there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to do. It's really fun though.
Yeah, and then sometimes even like when you open them, if your intent is to race them, you could buy three of the same car, and they all race differently. You know, it's weird, like the way the engineering works. Sometimes there's a defect in one, and it makes it go slower than the other. Like if you watch like some of the TikToks or YouTubes that race the cars, you'll see that they're like, oh, the green version is actually faster than the red version. I'm like, why? Like it's the same mold. It's really
Color,
funny.
yeah. But yeah, sometimes like, manufacturing the axle gets put in the wrong spot, or like a slightly off, or there's extra what's it called, plastic coming out of the rubber, slowing it down inside of the axle. You can't see it. I was like, this is a lot.
Okay, so that was Hot Wheels. We were pretty lucky. I ended up spending $15 worth of Hot Wheels that day. I have way too many now. I don't know what the hell to do with it.
And then these are the road blasters that Pee-wee was talking about. So they're like regular cars that you can attach some kind of accessories to them. It says Motor Master.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So leave it to Pee-wee to come up with like this cryptic toy. And by the way, how more cryptic can you get than Mighty Max, the Maximum Man? What the hell is that? Like, what? So on Mercari, I have saved the search Mighty Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
So usually I check it like every 2 days or so, and I'm like, oh, there's a new Mighty Max set, right? And I go, okay, cool, it's a good deal, bad deal, whatever. And this one is a robot. And I was just like, what is this? Like, it said Mighty Max, the Maximum Man. If you guys follow me, you guys saw when I uploaded it. And I was like, I didn't know this thing existed. It's so
Okay, you
weird.
need to start like a wall of Mighty Max labeled toys.
Yeah, we have the Hot Wheel car, the Mighty Max garage. You have Mighty Max.
All the Mighty
brand.
Max compact.
Yeah, the Mighty Max, the brand of the compact play sets. And now, apparently, there's some sort of like chrome phase robot.
And then you should also just include Max Steel too. Anything that has a Max name on it.
Yeah. Max Powers. That's true.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, you
so
have a lot to play with. That's pretty cool. Like looking at these road blasters reminds me a lot of Transformers, and it just kind of like it's pretty much like when you give a mouse a cookie. That's pretty much what you just gave me. When you give a Karen the road blaster image, she'll think about the new Transformers that were released. And when she thinks about the new Transformers that were released, she'll think about the new Transformers line that's painted like Tonka. Did you see those?
The painted like what?
Like the Tonka.
Oh no, that's crazy. Sure, it is awesome. It's very nice, like homage. But did you see that? Did you see the Transformers that are painted like Street Fighter characters?
Yeah, I saw. I was like, okay, they're going, and like I feel like that's unnecessary. I feel like they're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Transformers brand and do the same thing that we do with the Ninja Turtles brand. Do like the same models, just paint them or partner them with different things. Like, we have Ninja Turtles with everybody, Stranger Things. We have them with Street Fighters as well. We have them with Cobra Kai. So I'm like, I know you guys are just getting like the cheapest mold of Ninja Turtles and just partnering it with another cheap mold just so it can sell in a 2-pack.
And I gotta say, the Aelita one, the female robot as Chun-Li looks kind of cool because Chun-Li has the thunder thighs, right? So like, and that robot is like has huge hips too. It's like, okay, it kind of fits, but everything else is just literally a very cheap paint job. But I can see how somebody out there is like, yes, they finally did it. So I am super happy for that person right now. Whoever they are, if this scratches your itch, dude, you enjoy the hell out of it.
See, that's the thing. There's some collaborations that you're like, this was unasked for, like the My Little Pony and the Transformers when it was first released, or what was the other one that didn't do very well? It was My Little Pony and it was a board game.
Monopoly, Candyland.
No.
Life?
I wrote an RPG. And
Dungeons and Dragons.
it was not Dungeons. But it was something similar to it. It didn't do very well. You always find it at Ross.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, or like
No,
My Little Pony and Power Rangers. It wasn't like the My Little Pony community really didn't gravitate towards that, and the Power Ranger community kind of didn't gravitate towards it either. So I don't know who
yeah, it's like the
the
current
target
collab,
audience was.
the current collab between Pokemon Go and the Pokemon TCG, right? The trading card game. Like, sure, there's a like it's there are cards based on Pokemon Go, and there are events in Pokemon Go that are like there's a Pikachu with a hat with a card, right? Like, but they don't realize that those two communities they don't really connect all that much, you know. Like, I strictly am a Pokemon Go player. I don't play the Pokemon cards. I don't collect them because they got
And
dumb expensive.
I feel
So,
like there's a miscommunication in the marketing department that they're like, we should do this. And then they're like, yeah, like, it looks like, it's popular in here, it's popular in there. Mix them together, it's going to take both on the markets by a storm. Like, not really.
but okay, so the other one that is kind of that's one thing I respect. Like the Masters of the Universe, while incredibly overproduced, right? They do keep them very like they don't do many collabs, you know, and it's kind of cool what like to keep a line fresh or pure like that. You know, it's kind of nice. Did you see the Mondo Toys He-Man, the huge guy?
Oh, yes, yes. I saw that one. It's
That
for the
looks pretty
anniversary.
nice. Yeah, that looks really nice.
No,
But
I thought,
not for me.
no, I understand. Currently, I'm not buying any more Masters of the Universe. I think the last thing I bought was Sorceress. And that was just like a re-release of the 80s one with just a little bit more articulation. I got her at the Mattel store. The ones that are like trying to take my money is Barbie. We kind of got a sneak
Trying,
peek.
they are actively taking your money too.
They are, they are. We saw a little sneak peek of the prices for the World of Barbie. Not last week, but I think it was last week because the first tickets went out for sale for Canada for the Canada exhibit, and there were I believe 41 Canadian dollars, and that'll be like 34 US dollars. So I'm like, it's not gonna be pricey. So it's gonna be a little hard to get those tickets once they come out because they're not gonna be crazy expensive. The majority of people will just go ahead and jump on it. I'm waiting. But what I'm happy about is that okay, it's not gonna be that pricey. That means I can invest a little bit more money on the outfit I'm gonna wear when I go there.
It's true. You know,
And also just have some money to buy some goodies or whatever they have there that's limited edition.
like we've been going thrifting with my wife quite frequently, right? And we haven't found anything like that Barbie jacket that you and her bought. And I was kicking myself because I was just like, dude, we should have bought an extra one because that jacket is super cool. The denim jacket,
It's so nice.
that jacket is super nice. Like my wife wears it all the time. She has a lot of outfits built around it, and it's crazy because when she puts it on, it just makes the outfit like the colors, the unapologetic giant logo in the back. You know, it's like, damn, it looks so good. I'm a little jealous that I don't have anything that's like toy related and that is so fashion forward and so like in your face. This is a toy that I like, you know?
See, I'm like, okay. So one of the things that was kind of in your face that I missed out on that I'm really sad about, but then I don't know how I was going to get it. It was mainly limited to the UK market. I mean, it was like a Furby, kind of like those rich widow robes. And it just said Furby embroidered in the back. I was like, I would love to wear that. And just like float around the house with it. I was like, yeah. I just like lounge with all my Furbies. Oh, I think I'm gonna make one now. I'm just gonna custom make
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing. You can make it. You can make it. That's true. That's true. Man, so I was just like, damn, that's pretty cool. So like, I'm actually looking for a lot more toy-oriented brands, or toy-oriented apparel. And I don't want just like a shirt is cool. Like I know the Marvel Legends fan base can identify with the T-shirts of the Sentinel, or they did Sentinel and how you assemble it from the old Toy Biz, and they think they also did Galactus. They never got around to Apocalypse. So it's kind of cool. Like, I'm like, damn, and I want something like to represent. Yeah, like that. Is that the Broken Promises too?
Yeah, there's a Broken Promises T-shirt that goes with the car.
You know what you should do? You should wear that when you go to the to the show, and you should, since you bought multiple Broken Promises, you should make one into a necklace and just go like.
I don't know. I considered a lot of different ways because I have a lot of Hot Wheels I kind of don't want to use. I feel like they do better. They lend themselves better as hair clips, as they'll look like they're mainly like parts on your hair,
I mean,
rather than like in your necklace.
I don't have much hair, so definitely like that. It's not in my wheelhouse. So like, oh, this could be this, you know.
But the one I'm gonna open, because I bought three. I gave you one. The one I'm gonna open, I'm gonna erase, and I don't want to like glue anything to it. If I find a fourth one, maybe.
By the way, how many Barbie extra cars do you have?
5.
And how come you never bring one to race?
Because I forget. I actually went to Daiso this past weekend and bought a box, so I no longer forget my cars at home. Because every time we're like, oh, we forgot our fast cars at home. Oh, we have the slow cars today. Because I always forget them because we carry so much junk. So like this time we have a really nicely organized setup. Okay, I'll show it to you guys.
And the reason why they're doing this is because they're losers. Okay. Last time we met, we ran maybe like 4 or 5 races, and they lost every single one of them. And then so now they're like, man, I need to actually like bring my good cars, because supposedly they always forget them, you know. And as a matter of fact, since Shannon's not here right now, I'll tell you this: they were trying to cheat. They were trying to put graphite in the axles of their Hot Wheel cars in order to make them go faster. Everybody knows that that's modding, and you're trying to tell me
that is not modding. That's not modding. Like putting oil on a tire, you know, like greasing your tire because it's kind of squeaky. That's not modding. That's maintenance.
You guys are just one step away, 1 degree away from being Dick Dastardly and Muttley. You know, just sabotaging our car so that we don't lose and you guys win.
I was like, no, dude, like we gotta just maintenance. Okay, so we got this like basic plastic box of Daiso, and then we spent like an hour trying to fit things into it at Daiso, so we make sure we buy like the right stuff. So we found the containers that stacked really well. So we have 3 down, and each one holds all our Hot Wheels. And then we had like a funky little gap, but then we found these boxes right here that can hold our connectors. So when we're building a track, or when we want to do the celebratory rockets at the end, we have those with. What?
Nothing, proceed.
And then in this one, and we have my silly cars. So we have the gold treasure hunt. We have my Mystery Machine that doesn't do very well. I think the one that I'm gonna put the graphite on is gonna be the Mystery Machine.
You know what? Do it. I mean, that thing needs as much help as it can get. You know?
I'm gonna modify my Mystery Machine.
But if you like,
weight is wrong, everything's wrong.
You watch the video, putting graphite on the wheels takes time and patience. You have to go like.
Yeah. It's gonna take a sec, but I'll get it. I'll do it. I don't mind. But yeah, so we've been losing, so we want to win this time around. I also have some vintage cars that we found thrifting. Those need a little help, you know. They've been through a lot.
I have one car that I found thrifting that's actually pretty fast, but it's always outclassed. It doesn't make my top 16. But it always kind of like, it's there, you know. But older cars, man, they're weird. The way the wheels were made, the axles were made, the weight. Like I have a Shelby Cobra, that is red, but it's like freaking cast iron. That thing is heavy. And it goes like,
But weight is not bad. But if the track is long enough, usually the heavier car will, prevail. But if
and
the
pick up a
track
lot of
is kind
speed.
of short, then it won't really do that well. Because it
I
takes a while
know.
for them to take speed. But once they do, they can maintain it.
Dude, right now I have the Hot Wheels starting gate in my car. And I have
Ooh.
everything to build a super track in my car. And I actually built one yesterday with one of my friends. And we started racing cars. And we went up to like maybe 12, just
Oh,
racing
wow.
all the cars we had. And like we made different tracks. It was really fun. So I have a brand new like super fast one that you guys are not gonna beat. So let's see. I'm gonna have to get going pretty soon because I have to go close this entire preserve. I'm not the only person here today, uh, so I need to go help out.
Oh,
It was
you've
very
been
slow
doing for
today.
an hour.
It was very slow today. I took my break with you guys.
All right, all right. All right, we'll let you go finish up. And before we go, I just want to tell everybody, like, if you guys haven't watched Godziban in YouTube, I recommend you guys watch it. It's really fun. It's ridiculous. It doesn't take itself seriously. And it kind of puts an order to all the versions of Godzilla, Rodan, and all the other kaijus that there are in a very cute way. Like, when you guys watch it, be aware that the Shin Godzilla segments are a little weird, but they're hilarious.
No, absolutely. And by the way, Maximiliano joined in. So we are just literally saying goodbye right now. But you can always catch us in the archives because this is going to be archived like a good show. Let me see everything else as far as like McFarlane. There wasn't that much news. I know some people are getting the Man-Bat already in hand, and the consensus is like it looks beautiful, but why doesn't it have splayed out wing? That's the like okay, like I can't wait
You know,
for
he's
the.
just gonna like sell them on the side. He's like, here's a pair of wings.
And you know what? Like it's okay if I wish he did that ahead of time though. But I do want to mention that some of his newer figures, like the Scarecrow, looks beautiful. And the other Red Hood that was released this week, people are not talking enough about it because it comes with accessories, it comes with alternative hands, and it's only $20. So it's
Oh
like
wow.
everything. People have been complaining that McFarlane doesn't include alternative hands or effects on their figures. My boy's starting. Okay, so I don't know. I pre-ordered those two because, like you've seen, I'm in a DC Multiverse kick right now because I'm steering away from the bad taste of buying a $20 action figure for 30. So like, yeah. I'm looking at you, Hasbro. I'm not doing that.
Mhm. All right, guys. So thanks for sticking around. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye.